Hello, nice to meet you. I'm gonna make a quick video, but I warn you, when I say a quick video, it's like 10 minutes, so no promises how short or long it's gonna be. I have no script right now. It's not being pre-planned or anything. We're just hanging out. You're actually getting to know me right now, late night, just relaxing before I go to bed. Well, I still have to brush my teeth and all that, but you know what I mean. Like, we're just hanging out here. So I want to share I've been thinking about for the past 2 days, maybe 3 days, and it has to do with decisions, how to make decisions, and the one of the main decisions that I had to make right now it has to do with work, with my work. So what's interesting about it, I'll tell you more about it in a minute, but it's I want to point out that what's very interesting from the philosophical, existential, psychological point of view, maybe psychedelic. It's that reality is always reflecting back to you on real time everything you're doing and also everything you're not doing, of course. So when you're making decisions, reality is giving you the feedback on real time of what that means. Okay, with that real time feedback that you get from the environment, reality, your actual life, you also get some echoes from the past, echoes from what was happening before you made the decision, and a little bit of a preview of things that could happen in the future now because you made a decision. So a decision is like a point in space-time that we have like a checkpoint, and we decide, we agree with ourselves if we're gonna stay on the same storyline, timeline, that we tell ourselves, or we're gonna change it. And if we're gonna change it, is it gonna be a big change, like it's gonna look like a completely different thing, or it's gonna be just a couple of changes, you adjust it. So it's the same kind of timeline, it's just a little different. Some things change, but most things that are fundamental remain the same. And that's very interesting, to get the feedback in real time, to get a little echoes from the past, and to get a little preview of the future. So the decision that I've been thinking about for the past 2-3 days, actually, really, it has to do with what do I want to do right now with my career, with my work. I love what I do. Okay, my background is in film and music. So I've been working as a musician and as a writer for a while, and also I started working, like my regular job was on the film crew, and I did every department in the crew until I just really fell in love with where the action is at, with the camera department. And then from there, by accident, when I was working on a film one time, the director asked me if I could do a role, like a little extra role that he needed in that scene, and I say, yeah, let's do it. And then as soon as I stepped on the set with the other actors, I felt electricity, and I knew, okay, I really, really like this position too. So I think I want to work not just in a film crew, but I think I actually want to be talent now and work as an actor and write stories and and all that. And this is about 10 years ago, less than that, but just to round it up. And it's been a very interesting adventure since I did that. Anyways, that happened like 10 years ago, but really, I started to act years later when I moved to Los Angeles, which was also another coincidence that happened. It was very synchronous. It was like a miracle. Like, I had no idea it would happen, and then just happened. Like, I got my airplane ticket paid for, a place to stay, everything. It's like the door just opened for me to move to Los Angeles and explore this thing that I was excited about. And it was a perfect fit for me because I can explore music and also film, movies in the same city, in the same town, and stay away from the cold winters upstate where I was living before. So anyways, when I just moved to LA, I didn't know anybody or anything, nothing. So it took me a whole year just to explore the city, just to understand the neighborhoods and everything, and to find an apartment and everything, and that takes some time. And then by the second year, I started working as an extra. I started doing extra. It's also called background work. As an actor. So basically, an actor that is doing background or extra work is exactly that. It's an actor that is on the movie or the commercial, but it's in the background. Okay, it's everybody you see walking the street when you see a movie. You see maybe a couple of actors talking over here, and then you see a lot of people walking in the background. Those are paid actors that are paid to be there. They have directions to follow, and they are dressed by the crew. The casting director chose them to be there because they have a certain look that fits that world the movie or the commercial is happening at. The director approved all this. Everything is thought. There is nothing random when you watch a commercial in a movie. Everything is has to be approved by layers of people until you see it on the screen. That mean, when you see something on the screen, many people already saw it and they say, yeah, we are okay with this. So I started working as one of these guys, as an extra and a background actor, and it was great. It was great from the beginning. It was great. I started to meet people that are also, wanting to be actors, and they're going to school for acting, and they're doing their thing. And I was also incredibly grateful because I was paying my rent with it. I remember that the first month I paid my rent and I saw my account. I was like, wow, every single check that I got was from working as an extra on a movie or a film or a commercial or something. Photo shoot, just all kinds of stuff. And I pay my rent doing this. And it was really fun and really easy work. And not necessarily always easy. Sometimes it's a lot you have to do. But I mean, it's not shoveling dirt, outside. It's not, using a jackhammer on a summer day, working on the road out there. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? You're doing something that is it's a different type of work, and you're meeting interesting people. That's a lot. That's a lot of it. A lot of it is you meet interesting people in there. So anyway, so then after that, I said, I think I'm ready now to actually be a lead actor. By the way, when you said a lead actor, you're talking about movies. And when you say a principal actor, you're talking about commercials. So when somebody says we need a principal actor for this production, they're talking about a commercial to sell a product. When they say we need a lead actor to play this role, they're talking about a film or a movie. So that's the difference. You learn that when you start working. You start to learn about the terms and the vocabulary and the whole thing. So I was ready to take the next step and to say, I want to be a lead actor now and start making movies. So I started submitting myself. You do it through a couple of websites out there. They're popular. And you start doing submissions for projects that you think you're a good fit, and that's it. You just wait and see if they wanna see an audition or not. And it's an interesting game because sometimes you don't see anything for a while, and sometimes you are getting auditions every day and you have no time to even do them. So there's something very interesting about that too. There's an energy that you feel, that you embody. And I see the difference when things are working out great. I see that I feel great. One of the keys, if you want to do any work like this, one of the keys, the most important keys for that is self-esteem. You have to have a healthy self-esteem. You have to see your own value. It has nothing to do with arrogance. It just has to do with understanding that you bring something to the table that has value. And anyways, that's one of the things that I learned about it just by actually diving into it and working. But anyways, so I got an audition from a production and I booked my first lead role in a real film, and I was so excited. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this role. I have lines, we're gonna do rehearsal, we're gonna do a couple of things. It was amazing. We have location. We rented, the production did everything. It was amazing because I was working in the crew before. So now I was the actor. So I knew what they were doing to prepare for me to come in, because that's what I was doing before for other actors. Okay. People prepare for 2-3 days before they call in the actors. And the actors, those 2 3 days, are preparing their lines and rehearsing before they meet the crew. And then when they meet together, they make magic happen in real time on a location. Okay, it could be anywhere, right? Whatever you're doing, you're making a movie in a house. Well, everybody gets to that house at some point, and everybody's ready. The crew's ready, the lights are ready, the microphone is ready, everything is ready, and the actors are there. They're ready. They know their roles, they know their lines, they know their actions. It's amazing. It's, to me, it's wonderful. It's such a beautiful experience. Um, so anyway, so I'm doing this, and I make my debut as an actor, as a lead character on a real film, and it was beautiful. I had so much fun. We shot for a couple days, and then production took the footage, and they took a few months to do all the post-production, which is, sound and editing, color, all kinds of stuff you do. And then a couple of months after that, we get an email, all the cast and the crew, we get an email that says, the movie's ready, we're gonna do a screening, a private screening for us, before we take it out to the public. So we did that. We got together, we watched the movie, and it was incredible. It was incredible. It was incredible to see a movie that you are in. Like, it's such a weird feeling, but it's very, very good. You feel a sense of accomplishment. You're like, wow, we worked really hard. We worked for a long time on it, and we waited a long time for it to be completed so we can watch it. And then after that, we were accepted on many, many film festivals in California. So it was just like, wow, like, this is great. So we played our movie on real movie theaters. You go to when you go to a movie theater to watch any movie, you go to a movie theater to watch any movie right now, and you're paying, $20, whatever, to watch the movie. Okay, so you go to the movie right now, and you can watch our movie. Like, that is just crazy. We went inside the movie theater, and we just sat down to watch a movie. And then when the movie started playing, it was our movie, and it was me and the other actors, and we're their thing, and it was just a dream come true. It was a dream come true. So it was like a feedback from reality, okay? In direct time of like, okay, this is the change you made. You decided to stop working as a background actor and to be a lead actor now, and this is the feedback. It is possible. You made the decision, you worked on it, you start doing auditions, you booked a role in a movie, you rehearsed with the other actors, you did the thing, you got the wardrobe, you did everything, and boom, here it is, creation. We have created something together, me and my consciousness and reality reflecting each other all the time, nonstop. So, yeah, so I was just like, I just want to go all in into that. And then we got shut down because the COVID happened. So this is like 2020. And the whole world stopped. Remember? Everything shut down. And we were just kind of like, wow. I mean, our movie is it's on the theater right now, and people cannot come and watch it anymore. Only a few people got to see it, like only a few sessions, before everything was shut down. And now people can, they're not allowed to go outside and to watch the movie. So, well, just like everybody else, including yourself watching this video, everything changed. Everybody went through a lot of changes. For some people, life became really much better. And for other people, life became really much worse. So anyways, I decided to literally just step away from all of it because I also learned about a lot of things behind the scene that had to do with the production, the studios, all the red tape, the politics that I don't agree with. And some of my own heroes were kind of just falling apart because then I realized, oh, this person actually is not doing what I thought they were doing. They're doing something else and I just didn't know it. But anyways, I just decided to step away from the whole thing. But maybe like 2 years ago, I could not shake the calling of actually doing this in a different way. Trying to make it in a way that regardless if something happens, I can still work and I can still tell stories. Plus, all the stories that I accumulated since then until today, they got more interesting. So I started writing, and I wrote a lot of ideas and stories that ideally will become films at some point. Um, and that's what I'm working on right now. That's one of the things that I'm working on right now. I'm very excited about that. So I like writing; it's very great. Um, yeah, and I said, okay, well, I'm ready to go back to work. Okay, I'm ready to go back to meeting new people and doing more auditions and all that. So I came back to the industry per se, to the job environment, to the work environment, and I started to send submissions again for new productions. And then I saw that most of the stuff that I was getting was just nonsense, like really cheap commercials or products that I'm like, I don't want to advertise that. Things just were not aligned to what I want to work on with. So I said, wow, I guess a lot of changes happening in the past couple of years, and social media has a lot to do with that as well. So a lot of the studios start pivoting into different productions and for different reasons. Um, I mean, at the base of it is money, because everybody just wants to profit. Now realizing how much money there is to be made on social media ads and things like that. But other things are not just money; they also are like belief, like habits, like psychological habits that I think are just insane. So, anyways, so I kind of didn't take it seriously until this year. Okay, so that was like 2 years ago. I really felt like I really needed a little more time to make sure that if I'm gonna go back into this, I'm gonna do something that I feel very happy about, regardless of what other people are doing, because everybody has the right to do their own thing. So this year I said, okay, I'm ready now. I wrote a couple of things. I'm gonna find some people, put a crew together, and I'm gonna make one of my own movies. Okay, I'm gonna just do that. So I did that, and I started to meet new people, and things started to get interesting. Because I realized the feedback of reality showed me that I was not the only one doing that. Other people were also thinking exactly the same thing. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own movies. Like, you have social media now, you can just make your movies and put them on one of these apps, including YouTube, which is one of my favorite apps, websites, and applications. And it was very good to see that. With that said, because some people already know me in the work environment, they were asking me if I wanted to do more extra work, more background work. And only about 2 months ago, I was just like, well, I haven't done that in a while, actually. And I'd be happy to accept the money. So why not? I can do a couple of those jobs. So I did a couple of those jobs until about a week ago. Because about a week ago, I did one job that I just did not feel comfortable when I was on set. I really felt like um, um, I didn't feel excited at all, like I did at the beginning when I started and I was learning about it. Because my consciousness has already expanded into playing roles, actual roles in a story. So I tried to go back to doing extra and background roles, and there was something about me, the person that I am now, that is different from who I was a year ago, that just doesn't allow me to go back. And that is very interesting. It's very interesting because that is feedback on real time from reality telling you, you cannot go back. You already made the decision. Can't go back. And it was nice. It was nice because I was there at the job, and I was just like, I don't feel like I should be here. And it was a very clear feeling, very clear. So, anyways, the day after, I had to work again on the same set, but I already knew I couldn't do it. There were many reasons beside that. There were other reasons that were more important in that sense. It was really far. I had to drive 2 hours to get to the location and shoot this. And I was like, I can't do this. I got too many things at home. I cannot drive 2 hours to do an extra role, a background role. You know, it's not, it just makes no sense that you're gonna work like, you know, and then drive, what, 2 hours back at the end of the day and then do it again tomorrow. You know, it make no sense for me. Because it's a background role, normally production will just offer it to somebody else, you know. And if somebody lives closer by, it's a perfect match. It's like, oh, I'm only 20 minutes away. Oh, perfect, you take the job. And that's it. That's all it is. But not this time. Not this time. You know what happened? This is what I want to tell you. What happened is, the day after, I get a phone call from one of the casting directors. Okay, one of the person that is behind the scene casting people. They are selecting people to work on productions. So they see your profile, you know, they see your skills, your photo, all that stuff, and then they said, okay, you are a good fit for this production, whatever it is. So they offer you the job. You know, they send you an email that says, would you like to accept the job? So like I'm saying, at first I accepted it because I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I was like, I haven't done it in a while. I'm grateful for that. And now that I said I want to go back to work on film and movies, then yeah, sure, let's just work. Let's just work. You know, I want to meet people and work. But I made it was a misunderstanding because I think I didn't understand the address when I got the message. It was very early. I remember in the morning when I read the email, and I guess the caffeine hasn't still kicked in because by nighttime when I was preparing my route to go there, then I saw the map and I was like, well, this is 2 hours away. But I didn't want to be rude and cancel the work last minute like that. I was like, well, I guess I made a mistake. I'll just go, you know, and tomorrow I'll clarify this. So that's what I did. I showed up, I did the job, and then I called them and I said, I'm sorry guys, I think I made a mistake. I can't do this. This is very far from my place. And they said, no problem, you know, and that was it. But like I'm saying, but then another day later, then I got a call from this guy, which is one of the casting directors. And he said, what happened to you? Why you didn't want to come back? And I explained, hey, it's a misunderstanding. It's very far. Can't do that. I got to go back home. I have a dog that I have to take care of. So I can't spend 14 hours away from home. And do it a couple days in a row. If I have somebody to help me with the dog or something, it would be different, you know, because it's a misunderstanding, but you know, it was my mistake maybe. So, you know, I try to be polite and not ruins people's day. But this time, but then the person says something like, well, I mean, do you want to be considered for more work with us? And I say, well, yeah, if it's reasonable, like we done before, we never had problem before, but not like this. I cannot do that. And he said, well, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should have not taken the job. I made my point, and he just hang up on me. Okay. And I listened to the phone and I was like, oh, he just hang up on me. So to me, that means, hey man, I'm not gonna hire you again. But the interesting thing about it was, I felt very good about it. I felt really good about it. And the reason I felt really good about it is because I have decided to stop doing background work and to do lead acting jobs in principal roles and lead characters. So I think this whole experience that happened was reality giving me feedback on the decision that I made, which has changed already the trajectory of my path. And it's also giving me a little bit of echoes from the past when I was doing that work. And it's also giving me a little preview of the future when I won't be able to work in those jobs anymore. Because they're two different things. They're two very different things. They're two different states of mind. They're two different energy embodiments you have. Like you just feel different. I don't both. They are two different people. I might look like the same person and everything, but I'm telling you, it's two different things happening. So that is very interesting how that happens. It's very amazing how you make a decision, and after you make the decision, you still have to remind yourself why you made the decision, so you can be okay if you get any echoes from the past or previews from the future. Because remember, the better you get, okay, or the better I get at playing the game of my life, the better reality gets as resistance, opposition, or as a collaborator. So if there's something against me, that will get better at opposing me as I get better at playing the game. And if it's something that is collaborating with me, helping me do something, that also gets better as I get better. So everything is connected. Like I am connected to everything. Everything is connected to me. You are connected to all your reality, and all your reality is connected to you, always on real time. Always on real time. It's such an incredible thing. Such an incredible thing. I'm so happy this whole thing happened. I'm so glad. It's clear evidence that it's like, oh, I already decided that this is why those things don't happen anymore. And these things are starting to happen. There are new doors opening. I got an audition today. I got to do it. I got it today. And this just happened a couple of days ago. So now it's like I'm getting different emails, different opportunities. And these are very exciting. So I know this is what I want to do next. It's beautiful. So if you ever have to make a decision, I guess think about it, consider everything you can, try not to overthink it. I overthink, and I have to be careful with that. So I try, now I understand I don't want to think about it more than 5 minutes, because otherwise I keep thinking about it. Sometimes it's better to sleep it off, sleep, and then the next day think about it again from a fresh point of view, well rested. But when you have to make a decision, consider yourself the reasons why are you making the decision, and consider yourself how much are you changing with this decision. Okay, try to keep the things that are working in place. If it's not broken, you don't have to fix it, and try to remove or change the things that are not working. And watch the feedback in real time from reality. It's always telling you what's different. It's a very, very beautiful thing to be aware of it. Don't go back to your ex once you decide this person is not for you. That's the point, Once you decided you can't be with a person and they become your ex, let them be your ex. Be okay with that, because reality will show you evidence of that, So you have to remind yourself why. With that said, I told you warning. I make a quick video, and it's wow, it's like 28 minutes long, guys. I hope it was entertaining or useful in some form. But that's the story of the day, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Good night.